Welcome back to Geometry Classroom again. Today we'll talk about arc length of a circle. As objective, we have defined and calculate the arc length of a circle. Now, before talking about how to calculate or estimate the arc length of a circle, let's recall a few things about arc. An arc, right, as we know, is a portion, right, or a part of the circumference of a circle, or is the distance between 2 points on the edge of the circle. Now, when we talk about arc of a circle, we can consider an arc from two perspectives. An arc could have a measure and a length. When we talk about the measure of an arc, right, that measure is in degrees. Why? Because the measure of an arc is related, is associated to its central angle, as we had in the previous lesson, right? In that lesson, we learned that the measure of the central angle, right, of a circle is the same as the measure of its intercepted arc, right? In that case, the arc is an angle and has a measure. Now, but in the same time, an arc could have a length, right? Why? Because in the same time, an arc is the distance between 2 points on the edge of the circle, right? So, a length is a distance, is different of the measure of an arc, right? Which is measured in degrees. So, these two details, it's good to know and make a difference, right? Now, in this lesson, we'll talk about arc length, not arc measure, right? Now, the length of an arc is in fact a portion of the circumference of the circle, as we have here, right? As we can see here, this is an arc, right? And is a portion of the circumference, right? Now, the length of an arc depends on two things. Depends on the measure of the arc, right? And the size of the circle. In other words, the circumference of the circle. Good. As we know, when we talk about introduction to circles, we can have two types of arcs. A minor arc and a major arc. Now, what is a minor arc? A minor arc is an angle, right? Because it's measured in degrees, right? That is less than or equal 180. Yes? And we name a minor arc with two letters. And this symbol above means arc, minor arc, xz. A major arc is an angle, right, that is greater than 180. And we name such an arc, a major arc, with three letters, three capital letters, and this symbol above, right? Now, let's talk about now arc length formula. The arc length of a circle is given by this formula, m over 360 times 2 pi r. Remember, I told you, an arc length is a portion, is a part of, or a fraction of the circumference. Do you see this ratio? This ratio, this fraction, let's say, is less than or equal to 1, right? Which means the arc length is less than or equal to the circumference of the entire circle, right? Now, what is m? M is the measure of the central angle, right? 360 is the number of degrees for a full circle. And 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle. In a previous lesson, we talk about circumference of a circle. And then we learn the circumference of a circle equals 2 pi r. Yes? So, from now on, whenever you have to find the arc length of a circle, we use this formula. Let's have one example with arc length. It says here, find the arc length that is marked in bold. This one, right? Let's say AB. Now, we know, let's say, length of arc AB, right? Length of arc AB equals m over 360 times 2 pi r. Now, m is the measure of the central angle. The central angle is this angle, right? Is an angle whose vertex is at the center of the circle, right? And this measure is 135. So, in this case, m equals 135 degrees. Now, to find the length, we still need one more part of the circle, which is radius. And the radius, right, is 8 yards. Remember, radius join the center of the circle and one point on the circle. So, r equals, let's say r equals 8 yards. So, we have everything we need to find the length of arc AB. So, length of arc AB would be m is 135 over 360 times 2 times pi times 8. Good. We can use calculator. Let's use the calculator. Now, we plug in. So, control, divide. On top, we put 135 times 2 times pi times 8, right? And the bottom is 360, right? And then you press simply enter. And we got 18.8496 yards, right? So if we round to the nearest hundredth, we may have 18.85. So the answer, arc length of arc AB, would be 18.85 yards. Good. This is all we have for today. We have soon another lesson with another part of a circle. Thank you for watching my video.